Hi everyone, it's Peach from petitepeachBJD, and I'm here today to do BJD Addicts Prompt. So the first BJD Addicts Prompt is introduction, so I'm going to introduce myself and my dolls. Well, first off, I'm Peach. I am a university student. I'm halfway through college towards a bachelor's degree in business. I'm from Ohio. I consider myself to be more of an introvert. I have been collecting dolls since last August, so about a year now. I like to draw. I like anything really doll related. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of sewing, but I'm not that good at it. I like music, and I do a lot of role playing. I'm an avid role player, and I do like coming up with stories. So I do have quite a few dolls that have stories. So that's basically it on me. I'm not that excited. So let's head over to the dolls. So I'm going to go in order of the dolls that I've gotten. I have one that I no longer have with me that I ended up selling, but she was my first doll, so I'm going to touch lightly on her first. My first doll was an Eiffel House JID Tatiana Sculpt. She is 1/4 size, so MSD, you know, all the fancy terms that all the companies use. And I had her in normal skin with one of the default face-ups. And her name, I named her Evelyn. You can see an old picture of her here. I no longer have her because even though I knew going in when I bought her that she wasn't good at posing, I thought that I could just, I don't know, be better and be okay, but I wasn't. So sadly she left the family, but I'm glad because she now has a new owner who will definitely be able to love her more than I could. So my second doll is a boy, and he is a Mystic Kids Francis sculpt in 1/4 size. His name is Evan, and he is based off of a long-time role-playing character I have. I mean, a really long-time role-playing character. And I don't know if you want to take a closer look. He is in the normal pink skin, and he has a default face-up. And I love him to death. He was sort of a... I was still waiting for Evelyn at the time, and I bought him from the Junky Spot. I got him, I think, a day after I ended up getting Evelyn, so that was really cool how that ended up working out. But he is a baker, he's a fashion designer, he's really bubbly. He's kind of not that smart because he never had formal education, but he still, like, has a big heart. Probably my most complete doll. He's one who has a pretty much a unified backstory and complete backstory. So he is one of my favorites, I have to admit. So yeah, that's Evan, in case you're interested. And I'm also going to have videos later on that will actually fully explain the backstories a little bit more than what I'm doing today. Today is just like a really quick introduction for them. So if you're interested, I will have more detailed videos about their personalities and backstories later on. But it's time to move on to the next doll. So my next doll is one of my many dolls of firsts because she was a first in many different ways. She was my first secondhand doll, my first blank doll, so I had to go on the adventure of finding a face-up artist, which was really, really awesome. She was my first fantasy kind of doll, and she was also one of my first smaller dolls, but I love her to death, so I'm going to introduce my doll zone Wendy, and her name is Tan. Tan is a Vietnamese name, and I picked it because it had mean delicate, and my boyfriend is Vietnamese, so sort of in honor of our relationship, I named her Tan. And she has a custom face-up from Isa's Face-Ups. She's located in the Midwest area, so it was very, very convenient for me. And she also did the body blushing, and I love this little girl to death. And I'm so happy I got her face up from Isa's Face Up. You should definitely check her out. Her website's over here. I'm not sure if she's open for commissions at the moment, but that is definitely something that I would highly recommend. So Tom doesn't really have that much of a backstory. What I do have for her is that she is mischievous. She likes to spy on humans. I kind of picture her as more of a coral-like creature, so she's from the ocean. So she likes to spy on people and be mischievous. And I actually wasn't going to have her have clothes, but my mom is really funny. Every time I get a doll and the clothes aren't in or I don't have clothes on them, she'll walk by and be like, "She's naked!" Just like that. So I ended up getting clothes for her so I didn't have to hear my mom cry that she's naked all the time. So that's why she has a little dress. And this little dress was actually a midi blith dress, and I tailored it a little bit. Yep, that's Tom for you. So now we're going to move on to my next doll, which is going to be some doll nudity, so you have been warned. So the last doll I have, I just got maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I got an in-stock doll from Denver Doll Emporium. I was looking at Pukafees on Fairyland's website and I fell in love with the tan resin, and I always wanted a cute little doll I could dress up as a kid. You know, like cutesy clothes. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but so I was on Denver Doll and they had a few tan ones in stock, and lo and behold they had a tan Zoe in stock, the one that I wanted. So I immediately went and purchased her, like without any wait or hesitation, and she's home. And I'm very excited for little Fairyland Pukafee. I have named her, well actually my mom named her Alina, so her name is Alina Rose, and she is just so cute, and I really like the tan resin. So we have pink resin. I'm going to sit him down. She has tan resin. And she has white resin. And my soul doll, I believe, is going to be a more yellowish resin. So I'm going to have quite a few colors of the rainbow. So that's pretty exciting. So her backstory is that she's just an adorable little cutie that is, you know, she likes to play, she likes to run around outside, that's why she's tan. I was actually really impressed because I was worried about marbling because of tan, you know, the nature of tan resin. And although you can see seam lines, like this for example, I'm very surprised because there's not that much sanding discoloration. You can see some of the sanding discoloration in the joints area, but that's not really visible. And the only other area where there's sanding is on her head, which you can see here. But it's actually not that bad because she'll be wearing a wig anyway. She has the default Fairyland face-up, which is really cute. So I'm just very happy. Maybe the only difference is I'm not too fond of the gloss around the eyes, but that's something minor, and if I ever get her face redone, then I'll just make sure that there's no gloss around her eyes. But yeah, she's my most recent doll, and she's absolutely adorable. So my next doll, actually, I do not have yet. I consider that I own him because I completely paid him off, but I'm still waiting for him from the company. So he is a Soul Doll Gamecock. He'll be my first SD size doll. I ordered him in early March, so I should get him in early June if he comes within the production estimate. And he is going to be based off of my character Yuta, which will be explained in more detail later on. but I am waiting for him and I am very impatient and I want him to be here now, but I have to wait. So hopefully I'll be able to film some more BJD Addicts Prompts in the near future. I'm definitely going to be filming my box opening when my soul doll finally arrives. I can't wait. I actually already have clothes for him and everything because he was planned for a while now. And if any of you have your own YouTube channels, I'd love to subscribe, so please just comment below. And I love watching BJD Addicts Prompts especially, and I love watching box openings. One of my first things that I do whenever I'm ordering a doll is I look up box openings just to see how people react, but I'm rambling now. So I'm hoping to get more done in the future, and I hope you've enjoyed, and make sure you tell me where you have your prompts because I definitely want to watch. You can also find me on Tumblr under petitepeachBJD, and I post all of my doll-related pictures there, and I also post some of them on Facebook on the BJD Addicts page under my Facebook account. So if you see my little logo anywhere on any photos, then that's me, Peach. So definitely, let me know who you are so then I can follow you too. Bye now!